the trenches, man. I live in the city, man. Like, this shit, it's run down, you know what I'm saying? I done grew up here all my life, you feel what I'm saying? Like, my dad was a hood nigga, you know, the oil shop on Southfield, he robbed it and got killed, and his best friend worked there.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Bitch.
Welcome to Street Wisdom. They tell you blood makes you family, but on the street, blood only makes you a target. Today, we're not just talking about survival. We're talking about architecture, about how to build a life that the system can't tear down. Have you ever wondered why the street contract never has an expiration date? Because it was designed to last until your very last breath. In the United States, crime is sold as if it were the only way out for the black man. They show you the gold chains, but they don't show you the shackles in maximum security prison. They show you the champagne, but hide the hospital floor. This marketing is designed to catch the young man who is hungry for respect. But understand one thing, respect that comes from fear isn't respect, it's a debt. And the streets always come to collect the interest. In Chicago, the cold doesn't just come from the wind blowing off the lake. It comes from the corners of the South Side, where a young man's fate can be sealed before he even learns how to drive. Malik was 20 years old. He didn't want the throne. He just wanted to get his family off that block. He thought he had made the perfect deal under the neon lights of a convenience store. In a city where gang boundaries are drawn by invisible streets, Malik crossed the wrong line to deliver a package that promised to be his last. The job ended with a handshake and a wad of cash in his pocket. Malik never caught the train back home. Between the brick buildings and the cracked sidewalks of Englewood, the sound of a gunshot was drowned out by the roar of metal on the tracks. Another life cut short. Another name written in chalk on the cold asphalt of the Windy City. What makes Chicago the epicenter of this silent war? Why we fight for blocks that don't belong to us? We die for zip codes where we don't even own the houses we live in. This is psychological warfare. The system wants you to see your brother across the street as an enemy, while the real enemy is profiting from the construction of new prison cells. To break the contract, you must first decolonize your mind. You are not a soldier for a corner. You are the king of a lineage that was interrupted. The street's greatest hustle was taking the father out of the home. When the father exits the stage, the gang becomes the stepfather. But a gang leader will never teach you how to be an independent man, because he needs you to be a dependent follower. Being a true man in street wisdom means being the shield for your woman and the guide for your children. Your greatest legacy isn't how many people fear you on the street, but how many people feel safe when you walk through your front door. Look around you. What you see is a family or a crew the system sees as a supply chain. Today, our youth aren't just joining a life of crime. They're being recruited into a multinational corporation of destruction. They start on the corners, but the structure runs deep. There are front businesses, hidden warehouses, and distribution hubs that cut across the country from coast to coast. It's a professional operation where the youth is the cheapest and most replaceable part. They give you a title, they give you a role, and they make you believe you're a partner in the business. They create these establishments where everything happens, the mixing, the weighing, the cutting, and they convince you that being inside is having power. But true power isn't in distributing what destroys your community. True power is in building establishments that create jobs, that bring home the bread, and that teach our children to be masters of their own destiny, without ever having to hide their faces. They fear a man who reads. They fear a man who understands finance and the law. If you know how money works, you won't need to risk 20 years of your life for $1,000 in your pocket. Knowledge is the only contract you sign where you own the clauses. Use the time you would spend watching the corner to watch over your future. Learn to code, learn to negotiate, learn to invest. That is the true rebellion against the system. If you've already signed this ghost contract, know that it can be torn up, but it requires courage. It requires changing your environment, changing your friends, and most importantly, changing the image you see in the mirror. Don't wait for a judge's sentence to decide that your life is worth something. Street wisdom was born to be your lighthouse. If you've made it this far, you're already different. You have already awakened. Subscribe, study, protect your own. Choose life above all else. I am your mentor, and our journey has only just begun. Stay alive.